So I had shown you guys glimpses of my room, my new bedroom before, but this is what it looks like decorated. So for those of you who don't know, today is September 1st, which marks the time the start of Suicide Prevention Month. This is a time dedicated to raising awareness, starting conversation, and providing support for those who are struggling. But what is Suicide Prevention Month exactly? It is a reminder that mental health matters just as much as physical health. Not only is it about breaking the stigma, it's also about sharing resources that can really save someone's life. If you or someone you know is struggling, there are steps you can take to help navigate this difficult time. Like reaching out to someone you trust, contacting a medical professional, or contacting your local crisis hotline. In the US, you can dial the number 988, which is a suicide crisis lifeline that is available 24/7. I've always been a big advocate for mental health because I know how much even the smallest acts of self-care can really make a difference. Taking time for yourself isn't selfish, it is necessary. With that being said, we're going to talk about how you can create the perfect cozy night routine. Did you know that stress not only affects your mind, but it also can affect the body too? Now, when we're stressed, our body releases a hormone called cortisol. Now, in small amounts, that is okay because it keeps us alert. But when the stress becomes constant, that's when it becomes a problem. Now, high stress can lead to many different physical and health factors, one of them being headaches, muscle tension, fatigue, and even digestive issues. Also raise your blood pressure and weaken your immune system, making you sick more often. Mentally, stress can cause anxiety, irritability, trouble focusing, etc. Long-term stress can lead to burnout and depression. It also affects your sleep, so you might stay up wondering, worrying about something that happened that day or something that's going to happen tomorrow, and you would wake up feeling unrested. The good news is that there are ways to manage stress. That's why creating a cozy night routine is not just about aesthetics, but it's also a way to lower your stress and reset your nervous system. A calming night routine signals to your brain that it's time to slow down, which helps reduce the hormone cortisol, which leads to better sleep, a calmer mind, and an even stronger immune system. So how do you actually create a cozy night routine to reduce stress? Step 1, setting the mood. When you dim the lights and use warm lighting, such as from lamps, fairy lights, candles, you name it, you are signaling to your brain that it's time to wind down for the evening. Bright lights keep your brain alert and can stop melatonin production, which can make it harder to sleep. Adding calming scents like lavender or candle or essential oils taps into your limbic system. This is the part of the brain that controls emotion, and it's also the part of the brain that can help lower anxiety and promote relaxation. Lastly, by adding sound such as soft music or ambient sound can lower your heart rate and calm your nervous system. Studies show that relaxing sounds can reduce cortisol levels, which is the main stress hormone. Step 2, self-care essentials. Taking a warm shower or a warm bath reduces stress by relaxing tension in the muscles and increases blood circulation. It also helps regulate your body temperature, preparing you for a better sleep. Now, within self-care essentials, we also want to incorporate skincare, hair care, body care, whichever one that calls to you mostly. It doesn't have to be all three, or it can be all three if you prefer that. Aren't just about looking good, but they're also about providing ritual and self-love. These small acts can signal to your brain that you are safe, cared for, and in control, and help ease mental tension. Without self-care, I don't know how you would be able to create a cozy night routine. Maybe there is a different way, but for me, this is definitely essential in my own routine. Step 3 is having a cozy environment. Changing into comfortable loungewear or your favorite pajamas signals to your brain to shift into a comfortable time to rest. It's a psychological signal that the work day is over, which I know we all love that. To me, like having like a cute set on makes me feel so like safe and comfortable, and it really sets the mood for a cozy night routine. Now, this next part is also still within creating a cozy environment. It's also making your bed cozy with fresh sheets, blankets, creating a comforting sensory experience. Now, physical comfort can reduce stress and increase feelings of safety and warmth. And this is what our nervous system thrives on. Without it, without that sense of safety and warmth, we are more prone to other emotions that can really affect our mental health. Incorporating some sort of relaxing activity. Now, personally, what I like to do is make myself a nice hot cup of tea, get in my bed, and I'll have like either the TV on or my laptop, and to put on a really nice comforting movie. But when you are doing any sort of relaxing activity, it slows your breathing and your heart rate. Now, if you're like me, I'm always like go, go, go. But the minute I'm in something comforting, I'm in my bed and I have a nice movie on, or if I have a book that I'm reading, my brain is automatically like rest mode. Now, the next step is sleep prep. Now, stress and poor sleep creates a very vicious cycle. When you're stressed, it's harder to sleep, and when you're sleep deprived, the more stressed you are. So this is literally like a never-ending cycle for me. But setting a constant bedtime and like turning off bright lights and using calming background noise helps your brain produce melatonin, which is the sleep hormone, so you can wake up feeling more restored. Now, I've always struggled with a consistent hour to go to bed. I normally fall asleep between like 10 and 12, and then I wake up the next morning at 5, which is not good because I'm only probably, depending on what time I fall asleep, or I'm getting like 5 or 6 hours or even 7 hours of sleep, when in reality we all need at least 8. 7 is kind of pushing it, which is not bad, but it's also not good. But if you want to feel more rejuvenated and feel less susceptible to stress, then we need to make sure we are getting to bed at a reasonable time. For me, I start little by little. So if I've been going to bed at 1 in the morning for the last week, the following week I'll go to bed at 12 in the morning, and I'll keep going, cutting off an hour as much as possible. Now, this step isn't very essential, but I personally find it important in this routine. And this next step is how to make sure your environment is set up in an aesthetic way. Like I said, this might not seem essential, but to me it works for me, and it might work for you, which is why I'm sharing it. By creating an aesthetically pleasing environment, you're lowering stress because it creates a sense of order and beauty. Surrounding yourself in cozy textures and warm colors gives your brain the signals of safety and comfort, which helps you relax more deeply. Every small step in a cozy night routine does have a purpose. It calms your mind, it relaxes your body, and it lowers stress hormones so you can sleep better and feel better the next day. If you are feeling overwhelmed, try incorporating 1 or 2 of these tips. Also, remember, taking care of your mental health isn't a luxury, it is a necessity. Now, if my environment is very cozy to you and you want to replicate this for your own space, do follow me on my other social media platforms, because I do talk a lot about this space on those platforms. Reminder, you are not alone, and if you need extra help, there are resources for you available in my description box. That being said, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.